Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to dive right into the Detroit Institute of Arts Museum. It was voted the best art museum in the world. Here we see African American artists Wiley and Romare Bearden. Behind these people is the artwork of Diego Rivera and some European Impressionist art from Monet. This is Diego Rivera again. And remember, he was here with Frida Kahlo. And so we're taking a look, going through a museum. This is the art of Charles McGee. Ms. Kay has that artwork right here in the building at Northern. The Thinker is sitting outside the DIA. Those are Vincent van Gogh artworks. We're going to be looking at the styles and being able to say, wow, Ms. Kay, how do you know all this? Like, how are you able to recognize? And so hopefully we are able to dive in. And let's just go ahead and let me stop right there and say, right there on the left is Mr. Wiley's art. All right. And on the right is Romare Bearden's art. And Romare Bearden uses a technique called collage, C-O-L-L-A-G-E. And Mr. Wiley over here on the left uses painting. But he pays homage to the artist that he looked off of, which was, let me show you right here. The artist was Géricault, and the painting was called The Office of the Hussars. And he, Mr. Wiley, who's a living Black African-American artist, recreates that. And he recreates his own horse. And so it's just very interesting. If you go click on that link, I don't think it's going to let me click on it. But if you go look at Wiley's art, remember I wanted to tell you about style. Okay, so if you ever come across an artwork that has an African American in it, looks like that is usually what he draws, Kehinde Wiley. He also, if you can tell, think about the line, shape, form, color, space, texture, value. He repeats a lot of things. He's got some patterns going on. That's the principle of design. And so you just can see he fills that background with some kind of a pattern. With that horse, he did change it up a little bit, didn't he? And so I just want you to be able to recognize, same with, we just looked at Vincent van Gogh's art. And if you see an artwork that has lots of lines in it, just like this artwork, you can see at the top. Let me back this up just so it's not making noise. Vincent van Gogh was a very nervous person, and when he was squirting out the paint, he used way too much paint, and so it was really globby on his artwork, but people appreciated that. And so you can tell as well that the linear quality of this art. So again, friends, I am hoping that you were able to look up an artist from Detroit that's from the D. So far we have Mario Moore, Sam Gillian, Ellen Rutt, April Inouye, Deanne Wiley, Shirley Woodson, Anita Bates, Charles McGee, Noah Stevens, Leroy Foster, Pauline Ender, Gil Ashby, Josh Graven, Conrad, I can't say the last name, Sidney James, and Jean Michael. All right. And so I want you to be looking at those artists as well as Miss Kay was looking at, hold on. All right. Charles McGee is a famous, well, I wanted this a little bit bigger. But we can see when you just Google someone and ask to see their art, you can see I'm sorry if it is small. I can't get it to go any bigger. But this is Charles McGee's, and you can see there is some that are similar. Now, they do change art styles, all right? Pablo Picasso was another one that was very famous and did lots of different art styles. He painted all throughout his life. And so you can see Charles McGee's art going through here, as well as here is another one, all right? And they are just very large artworks. And so we are learning about style and just being able to recognize and distinguish between styles. So let me go ahead and just say a style is a result of an artist's means of expression, the use of materials and techniques, design qualities, choice of subject, and the like. The style of an artwork helps to identify it as a similar or to different from other artworks. Style terms may refer to a time, a culture, a trend artists follow, or changes in the work of one artist. Some artists' works have no clear classification in relation to a style, while others may be classified in several ways. And so when I introduce style terms, I'm helping you to understand that style names are invented or coined by the artist or coined by critics or historians, and sometimes I think of brute art. An artist, they thought it was awful art. And so that was artists before the 1900s when they were in the Louvre. So others to help point out the distinctive features in a group of works. Students' understanding of art styles will develop as they compare and contrast works of art created in different times and cultures by various artists. General style terms such as real or abstract are appropriate at every grade, especially valuable. All right, and as students progress to the upper grades, introduce more specific style terms such as surrealism or impressionism, along with more information on cultural or historical influences. All right, so just like we looked right here at the historical influence Mr. Wiley had from this artwork that was back in the day from Gericault, all right? And so I just want you to be able to search one of these artists and see if they were impacted by another artist. Because usually with Miss Kay, I love to pay homage to other artists. And Romare Bearden is another African-American artist that did collage. And so I'm hoping it inspires you to maybe make a cut and paste artwork or to make a painting. Or let's go ahead and we have Diego Rivera's artwork in the background there. He made murals. This is Monet's artwork. And Monet lived during a time where all the artists were looking at how the light affected everything. And Impressionism was the name of the art style. So maybe you want to Google Impressionism if you like that artwork. If you like murals, Diego Rivera. This name of this artwork is escaping me, but it's a famous one. This is Charles McGee's, and as I said, I'm looking outside right now and I can see the corner of a McGee artwork, and the blue eyes are the same. You learn to recognize different qualities that repeat, and so I am seeing that it is an amazingly huge piece of art. It has things glued onto it. And so that's how I recognize and can tell this is also a Charles McGee artwork that is in the school. And I invite you to take a look. The thinker, now Rodin, R-O-D-I-N, made this sculpture. He used a process where he was able to make many of them. And so there are more than one of these around the world. The thinker. All right, then we see more Vincent van Gogh art, and if you really zoom in, you can see that there are a bunch of lines in The Postman's. He did a portrait of the postman that would take his mail to his brother. And then we have linear quality lines in the trees. And again, whenever you go to the DIA, make sure you are being respectful of the space. Don't jump in front of anyone. Obviously, we're jumping over those people, but it's a drone. And so that comes to the end of where I wanted to go, but I just want to say, please try to get out to the DIA. It is an amazing place. And try to notice some styles and similarities. And once you find an artist whose style you like, I want you to turn it in to, I believe we're going to go with lesson 34, the artists that you like, whose style that you look at more than one of, and you see the style and you appreciate it. Thank you so much, friends. Love you guys. Bye-bye.